Welcome to today's video. This is a B1 level lesson. It's a grammar lesson, and we're going to be learning how to use the first conditional in the positive and negative form to talk about future possibilities. So you might get a question if you're in school, what are you studying? So you can talk about studying subjects you are studying now and subjects you studied in the past. Which subjects were easy for you? Which subject is difficult to learn? Which subject do you enjoy learning the most and why? Now we're going to listen to each student talk about their studies. And so you'll listen and then answer the questions.
History is one subject that I find really difficult. If I pass my next exam, I'll be amazed. To me, it just seems like a mountain of facts that we have to memorize. I've made a study timetable, and I try to study for short periods of time every day, but it's not working very well. I just don't have a very good memory for names and dates. If I don't find a way to cram all of the facts into my head, I definitely won't pass the exam next month.
Art is one of the easiest courses to pass at my school. It's based on continuous assessment rather than an exam, so there is less pressure. I spend an hour or two a week doing assignments, and they are quite straightforward. I'm not very artistic, but if I keep handing in the coursework on time, I'll pass. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if I pass or not. I'm applying for a degree in languages, and they will still accept me if I fail art.
German is one of my favorite subjects. It comes easily to me, so I don't have to study very hard and I always get good marks. The written part of the exam is especially easy. If I spend an hour or two studying the night before the exam, I'll definitely get an A. The oral part is a bit harder, but if I keep practicing during class, it will get easier. Who knows? I might even get an A for both sections if I'm lucky.
All right, so Lisa speaks first. What subject does she find difficult? Well, she said history, because it's hard to remember names and dates. Toby speaks after Lisa. What does he say about studying art? Well, he said it was very easy, and he plans to study languages in the future. And then Vanessa, she talks about German, and she mentions both the writing and the speaking parts of the exam. Okay, so we're going to listen to Lisa again, and this time you'll determine whether these statements are true or false.
History is one subject that I find really difficult. If I pass my next exam, I'll be amazed. To me, it just seems like a mountain of facts that we have to memorize. I've made a study timetable, and I try to study for short periods of time every day, but it's not working very well. I just don't have a very good memory for names and dates. If I don't find a way to cram all of the facts into my head, I definitely won't pass the exam next month.
All right, so if I pass my exam, I'm going to enroll in college. Well, that's false. She didn't really mention anything about that. I'll be amazed if I pass my next exam. That's true. She said that. If I don't pass my exam, my parents will be angry. No, she didn't mention anything about her parents. If I remember all the dates and facts, I won't pass the exam next week. False. She did not say that. If I don't find a way to cram all of the facts into my head, I won't pass the exam next month. That's true. And if I manage to remember everything during my exam, I'll be amazed. That's true. All right, so we often make statements about the future, and so you already know various ways to express the future in English. You could say, I'm going to travel to France, which means I've arranged this and I bought a ticket. I think it might rain tomorrow. This would be a future prediction. I'm visiting my mom this weekend. I have planned this. If I study hard, I will pass my exam. I think this is possible. And I won't become a doctor. This is my intention. So the first conditional, we use the first conditional to talk about a situation and result that's in the future. And it consists of an if statement and a then statement. If it is hot tomorrow, I'll go to the beach, or I'll go to the beach if it's hot tomorrow. So it doesn't really matter. You can put the if statement either first or second. It doesn't really matter. In a conditional sentence, there are two clauses. There's an if clause and a result clause. So which tense is used in the if clause? Well, if it is hot tomorrow, that's simple present. And which tense is used in the result clause? I'll go to the beach tomorrow. That's simple future. All right, so we're going to listen again to Vanessa, and we'll fill in the blanks. And just take note that Vanessa uses the first conditional to talk about real possibilities in the future.
German is one of my favorite subjects. It comes easily to me, so I don't have to study very hard and I always get good marks. The written part of the exam is especially easy. If I spend an hour or two studying the night before the exam, I'll definitely get an A. The oral part is a bit harder, but if I keep practicing during class, it will get easier. Who knows? I might even get an A for both sections if I'm lucky.
All right, so she used the first conditional to talk about these possibilities in the future. All right, and then we can use a negative form of a verb in the if clause and the result clause. If he doesn't take the plane at 6 p.m., he won't arrive tonight. If he takes the plane at 6 p.m., he won't be late. If he doesn't take the plane at 6 p.m., he will have to get the 8 p.m. flight. Okay, so now you're going to try to match an if clause with a result clause to make some statements about future possibilities. Go ahead and pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you're ready to check your answers. So if she doesn't get a taxi quickly, she will not arrive in time at the airport. If I get 90% on my exam, I will feel very happy. If it rains tomorrow, we won't have a picnic. If my parents come to dinner tonight, I will cook lasagna. If you aren't polite, you won't have many friends. And if they don't study harder, they won't pass the exam. All right, so now make first conditional statements using the present simple and either will or won't. Again, you can pause the video, try this on your own, and then restart when you are ready to check your answers. Okay, so we could say if it snows tomorrow, we will go skiing. You will concentrate well if you eat breakfast. If Sally doesn't arrive soon, we will order food without her. If you study grammar, you will speak very well. If the children go to bed later than 9 p.m., they will be tired tomorrow. John won't go to soccer practice if it rains tonight. If we don't get a taxi, we will be late for the meeting. All right, so now make your own first conditional sentences using the starters and the pictures, and go ahead and try that on your own. All right, so now we're going to listen to Toby again, talk about his art course, and then we'll answer the questions.
Art is one of the easiest courses to pass at my school. It's based on continuous assessment rather than an exam, so there is less pressure. I spend an hour or two a week doing assignments, and they are quite straightforward. I'm not very artistic, but if I keep handing in the coursework on time, I'll pass. To be honest, it doesn't really matter if I pass or not. I'm applying for a degree in languages, and they will still accept me if I fail art.
All right, so Toby doesn't have any exams because his course is based on continuous assessment. This means that Toby completes assignments during the course. He feels that he will pass the course, although he's not very artistic. And Toby isn't worried about his grades in art because he can still study languages if he fails the course. All right, you can use other forms of the future in the result clause. In a first conditional statement, we always use the present simple in the if clause. If we arrive early, we will have dinner together. If you don't listen to me, you won't know how to complete the task. However, you can use other forms to express the future in the result clause. If it snows tomorrow, we will go skiing. If there are a lot of people at the restaurant, we might eat at another cafe. If he gets good grades in science, he's going to study medicine at a university. If Sally goes to the concert tomorrow, I am going to. So remember that the first conditional expresses a future possibility. So have you ever learned something new? Have you ever taken a short course to learn something? So calligraphy is the art of writing. Alice and Lucy are taking a 2-month course in calligraphy. They go to the course on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. So what will you learn this year? Will you learn a new language? Will you learn to cook Thai food? Will you try a new outdoor activity? So these are all future possibilities, and you can think of some first conditional statements to answer these questions. All right, so take a look at these courses, and do you think they're interesting? And if you have time, which one would you do? Survival cooking for students. Living alone? Can't boil an egg? Help is at hand. Learn how to prepare simple, tasty, and healthy meals with our step-by-step recipes. Absolute beginners welcome. Basic car maintenance. Save money by getting to know how your car works. This hands-on course will provide you with the skills and knowledge you need to help you do minor maintenance on your own vehicle. And beginner Spanish. Hola, if you are ready to learn Spanish, you have come to the right place. Our courses are perfect for anyone who would like to learn Spanish for travel or just for fun. Here are a few more. An introduction to climbing. With a maximum group size of 6, you will receive plenty of individual attention to help you pick up the basics. You'll be able to go at your own pace and will help you to reach the top. Salsa dancing for beginners. Looking for a fun new activity? No experience is necessary for this class. Just grab your dancing shoes. Each class will cover basic steps and will have you salsaing like a pro in no time. Make your own sushi. Have you ever wanted to roll your own sushi? If so, this is the class for you. We will show you the basic techniques to help you. Create a range of different sushi rolls. In no time at all, you will be ready to host your very own sushi party. And maybe you prefer something else. If you don't like any of these courses, what course might you choose? All right, so last month you decided that you wanted to have some new experiences and try new things. So, what have you already decided to do this year? What are your plans? Do you plan to make any changes in your life? If you have time, what will you do? If you have money, what will you do? And if you study hard, what might happen? So go ahead and practice using the first conditional to answer these questions. And that brings us to the end of today's video. Please leave a like, subscribe, share, or leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.